Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today we're going to be doing a 2-page spread using the Frostbite Club Set from Kiwi Lane along with the Blue Ridge Parkway design templates from Kiwi Lane. The paper pack that I chose to use was Gnomes for Winter, and this is actually a collection from Close to My Heart. They had this whole Gnomes series. The winter one was super cute. I never got the summer one, but I did get the fall and winter. And with that, it had corresponding die cuts that you could make these adorable little gnomes. I made this in a prior video, probably over a year ago already. This collection is from 2023. So if you have it still in your stash, absolutely get it out and use it. It's a really cute collection. If you happen to know someone who is destashing all of their Close to My Heart items, it's definitely one that you'll want to snag. So I did all of the hard work first. I cut out everything, I traced, I cut, and I edged with some ink. And we're going to assemble it together just so I can show you how easy and fun it is to use the Play to Create system. I did use all the inspiration from this month's digital idea book. This is actually a design that Susan created, and I pretty much kept it the same as what she had. She had some snowmen that she used with some designer templates to create her images, and I'm pretty much just going to use these two gnomes. Now, I don't have the pictures yet. I have some pictures in mind that are older pictures that I might use, but I might keep this open for some future pictures. And if we end up not having any ice skating pictures, that's totally fine. All I'll do is just cut off the blades and it'll just look kind of like they're wearing winter boots. So to me, it's totally fine to not have the pictures picked out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and I kind of just go with the flow. But I did want to show you originally what paper pack I wanted to use and how I just completely changed my mind. So I was originally going to use Snowed In from Echo Park, and this is a really cute collection, and I probably still will use it on some future pages as well. But when I was going through my stash to kind of clean up, declutter, and reorganize, I found yet another project that I had started that I never finished, and that was those two gnomes. So I wanted to make sure I went ahead and actually finished some projects that I started. But with this, I didn't order the cardstock from Echo Park. I just pulled some from my stash for colors, tones that would actually go really well with it. So that will probably show up in a future video, but for now, we're just going to use this really fun collection from Close to My Heart. Again, it's no longer available. You can't purchase directly from Close to My Heart any longer. But if you do know someone who was a former Close to My Heart maker and is doing some destashing, you can probably look on eBay, thrift stores. I'm sure you can find it. If you absolutely need it, I'm sure there's a way to find it. And again, I just kind of took inspiration directly from Susan. I really liked the layout that she created, so I decided to go with that. And I did all of the hard work first, again, cutting and then edging. So when I say edging, she recommends using the Distress ink from Ranger, the vintage photo, which is what I have been using. This is actually getting kind of low, so I'm either going to get either a re-inker or I might just order the larger container. I just had the smaller one on hand, so I've been using that one for years. But I do like that style where you trace, you cut, and you ink the edges. To me, it just kind of gives it a really nice, clean look. So the two top ones are just the ridges, those mountain ridges. That is from this Blue Ridge Parkway. So you can see right here, there are those two ridges. And super easy is tracing and cutting. I'm just looking over to the side just to kind of see exactly where she placed everything. Now, again, since I don't have the photos and we are using a, I guess, kind of photo mat placement, I think I'm going to use different tape for that one, a repositionable tape, just in case I decide later that I do want to put the pictures behind it. And when we get to that page, I will definitely let you know what I'm talking about. And this is really cute paper. The other stuff from Echo Park is as well, but this just, I don't know, this spoke to me this time around. You know, sometimes you have these intentions on using something and then you go through your stash and you end up using something completely different. And I really like her design because it used the templates, but then it also used some really basic designs like strips. Like this is some cardstock as well. And if you're familiar with Close to My Heart's packs, they would always come with beautiful pattern paper and a bunch of cardstock as well. So there was definitely plenty to use. And I don't feel like I'm wasting anything either. Like I'm actually using up my stash. I'm using what I got. And just by going through my stash, I was able to find a bunch of colors of cardstock that will actually correspond really well with the Echo Park collection. So this sheet right here is actually going to be my photo base. So I'll just get out the photo mats. These will be 2 4x6s will fit right here. So I decided not to ink the edge of this one, but as you can see, 2 4x6s will fit perfectly right in this section. And it does leave a little bit of edging, so there will be kind of like a frame around the top and bottom, but you can fit 2 4x6s right next to each other, and then there'll be that little bit of that white edge. I decided not to ink the edge of that, but you can definitely ink the edge of that if you choose to. And I really can't tell in the photo if she did on the matting. Sometimes I do when I'm matting photos, sometimes I don't. And it really is kind of personal preference. And with this, I'm going to pop up some of this and keep some of it flat as well, just to kind of give some texture and dimension. And one thing I really like about Kiwi Lane is I can literally do this, you know, while watching TV or watching a movie, or, you know, I got a new job, so I have to watch some videos. So if I'm watching these videos and about certain things, I can kind of in the background do this while having that on in the background. So to me, I absolutely love it because it's super simple, clean, easy designs. It's literally as easy as tracing, cutting, and inking. So very basic, but it will give you extremely beautiful end results. So I'm going to put the little gnome there, and then there were a couple of trees. And the one thing I did like about Close to My Heart paper is it was double-sided, so I can kind of see if I want to use the dark side of that tree, which kind of, it doesn't get lost in the background then because it is darker, or if I do want to use it where it is kind of the same shade as well, so it kind of blends into it. I think what I'm going to do is actually use the darker side. And I'm going to pop up the middle one. So this one's just going to go down. I'm going to use this right here kind of as a base, but I'm not going to anchor it down completely because I don't want it to just look like it has to sit there. This one's going to be popped up. And more of using old items and stuff that I have on hand. If you remember from Close to My Heart, they had these frames for like shaker cards, and then it just came with a bunch of adhesive squares. So I have a bunch of them, and I will be using those. So then this one's going to be kind of right here. And then this one I'll just kind of tuck in the back. I'm not trying to make them completely lined up. I kind of want them to have a little bit of height difference. So I think I'll put that one right there. And I do believe for the little gnome, I think I will pop him up as well. Again, just to kind of give some depth and dimension to this page. Looks good there, because there's different variants of height, which goes with the mountain peaks as well in the background. And again, these pages aren't going to have a mountain in them. I don't live in a place where there's mountains, and I don't have any ice skating pictures if I choose to go that route with mountains in the background. It's just kind of a fun little focal point. And even with this pattern paper, it's just a fun focal point, and it's good movement for your eyes as well. So this one's going to need a lot. I'm going to make sure I get him nice and raised and even, because I don't want him kind of falling everywhere. This was super fun to make, this little gnome, out of the die cuts that came with the kit. It was definitely a really cute collection and a cute theme that Close to My Heart had. So I am indeed glad that I purchased it, because I thought these guys turned out really cute. I'm going to kind of put him on an angle just because I think he's more fun, and he can kind of go over a little bit of those pictures. I didn't put any pop dots back here. And again, if it's not going to end up being a skating, I can just cut those blades off and it'll just look like he's got shiny little boots. So that is page 1, and that's just gluing down the basics. We will add some stickers and some other elements as well. And then this was kind of what I was talking about before with the frame. So this is designed where you can put pictures behind it. So just going through the little picture templates. Let's see here. Like you can put a picture behind it, but she also has in her example where she kind of has the picture outside of the frame. So she has them as squares, and she kind of just has them tucked in almost. And I kind of like that look too. So I'm not going to be too worried about if I have pictures for this or not yet. I'm just going to glue everything down. I will use repositionable tape for this particular piece, but obviously if you have pictures already, then it's going to be super easy for you to go and lay that down. I'm not using any kind of measurements. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm very much just, whatever, go with the flow. If it's crooked, it's crooked. If it's not, it's not. I do understand and appreciate if people want to use a T-ruler or to measure things over. Sometimes on occasion, I will use the guides that I still have my Close to My Heart. Kind of like they were like foam on one side and then cutting on the other. Sometimes I'll use that for measuring as well. But I'm really just kind of more or less just visual. If it looks good, it'll work. So then I'm going to switch the tape runner here and just use the repositionable here. Again, just because I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to tuck photos behind it or if my photos will end up working better where, they'll look better behind it as an actual frame. But this will still give you an idea of what the completed look is. And this is from that ridge. So you get this giant template that I kind of explained a little bit about this last time. So you get this giant template, and I'll just flip this over so you can see it better. And it's got this beautiful edge, which is actually the edge that I used right here. So you get the edge, and you can see that it's like this. So you get that beautiful edge. But with this, it's actually this, this portion of it. So what I did is I traced it, but these lines right here, these are a guide. So on the blue piece of paper, I did the tracing on this side, and then I traced out the insides that I knew I wanted to cut. And then I just pushed it down a little bit and marked an edge right there, and then used my straight edge to just cut it the whole way. So these edge marks give you multiple ways to design it. Now you could have done the whole thing where this is one giant piece, but it's really nice that they have these edge marks as well, that you can use it as one full piece, or you can actually use that as a guide. And like the ice skate, there's little pieces that you can use as well to kind of give more dimension and texture to the ice skate as well. So there are some videos on the Kiwi Lane website where when you are a club member, you get access to all of these really awesome videos that design team members create. And I believe her name is Linda, and she created just the cutest little ice skate. And it's crazy because it's like, that's literally just out of paper, a hole punch, and some thread. And it's really, really cute. The attention to detail that she put in that. But you don't need a die cut. You don't need a die cut machine. You don't need, an electric die cut machine. You're hand cutting everything. So I thought it was just really cute how she got really creative with that. And then same thing, I'm going to put another gnome over here. And then there was a snowflake. And I really like this giant snowflake. I think it's super cute. And she kind of had the picture almost tucked behind the snowflake as well. So it was almost like this. So there's a picture over here. I think I'm going to keep the snowflake. I'm definitely going to raise the gnome. I think I'm going to keep the snowflake flat, but maybe raise this guy. I think that's the route I'm going to go with. Obviously use whatever glue of choice you have, whether it is a tape runner, ATG gun. I do have one of those as well. I just have the hardest time refilling my ATG gun. Every time I use it, I literally have to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to refill it yet again. So probably just user error 100% on me, but I always laugh when I use it and I'm like, how did I fill this up again? So I'm going to make sure I got some of that glue taken off the back because I do want that to kind of sit over it. But since I don't have the photos, I'm going to need to make sure that I have room to set them there. So here is that, and it's going to kind of go I'm going to go with like right here. It's a snowflake, and it is a really big snowflake, so you got to make sure you're not getting it off the edge. And then I will add some dimension to the back of this one. Just kind of lifting up some stuff, not others. And then we will be adding, like I said, some extra things as well. And then I think I'll just have it kind of like this because there is a tree. She's got a tree right here, which I do think is pretty darn cute. So I'll just get that down. Obviously, when I get a photo, I can kind of glue that, tack that down a little bit. I'm going to raise this gnome as well. Make sure I get a lot of pop dot things on the back of him. Make sure he's nice and even. And I want to make sure I don't put anything where it'll be over the photos. So just flipping it over and making sure it'll be okay there. And then I'm going to get my other page back in just so I can kind of see them side by side. So I know I'm making that kind of visual triangle where you want to make sure that if you're doing a 2-page spread that your eyes are kind of flowing across it. So let's see here. I might actually need another tree. So we got him going that way. Maybe we'll go this way more. We'll angle this one up a little bit, making sure I am staying on the page. And then there is a tree right down here, which I think I will just kind of pop underneath so it is also a little higher. I won't glue right here because, again, I don't have the photo, but I will put one right here. In fact, I think I'll cut this in half. kind of put it this way. And that way I can kind of cover it right there. And then again, when I have a photo, I can slip it right in behind it. And then when I have that photo, I can get that tacked down as well. So in her, oh, there's another snowflake right here. So this really cute snowflake went right on top of here. So I'll make sure I go ahead and get that. And do I want that? I think I'll raise that one. Again, just some dimension. And then kind of off angle it so they're not all going the same way. And there was a cluster of 3 trees over here and then a tree there. And she actually does have a tree here too. So I think she was creating a triangle here. And then this could also be a visual triangle. And you could also put over on this side, maybe like some wording or your title page over here too. So it'd kind of go, your eyes would go here to here. And then on this one, it was like here to here. So I think I do have these acrylic shapes that are also from Close to My Heart. Some really cute little snowflakes. Came in all sorts of different sizes because that's how snowflakes are. Maybe I'll just stick to this and kind of put a couple on here. Like these are just really cute little added something. And I could put a couple around there. Put maybe, oh, maybe a big one in the middle would be really cute. You know, that would add some dimension. I'm going to use liquid glue for that one. I do like how the color contrast works for that. My liquid adhesive does not want to come out, which that does happen. I probably just need better little glue containers. I've had these for a really long time. And you know, sometimes they get like stuck in there. So in all reality, I probably just need to maybe update my adhesive. We'll get that on the back. Just gonna get that right there. Do a couple over there, and then maybe some of the little ones kind of here as well. I do like how they're kind of scattered around the little gnome. Kind of emphasizes him a little more, and maybe if I did like that. I don't know. I think that looks okay. It's kind of like it's snowing and it's falling down on him. So actually, I think that's pretty cute. So I will go ahead and get those glued down as well. But this is pretty much it. This is the 2-page spread. I'm not sure if I'm actually really missing that tree that she had up there. It could be something that I could add, but yeah, I think this is actually a really cute double-page spread. Again, using the retired Close to My Heart paper Gnomes for Winter, and then the 2 template sets from Kiwi Lane, which is this month's Frostbite Club Kit, and the Blue Ridge Parkway. So if you actually sign up to be a Club Kit member by the 20th of the month, you will actually get the Frostbite kit. And you can either get their Premier kit, which comes with really pretty designer paper, or you can just get the templates, which is what I decided to do so I can use up my stash. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. I'm going to try to get, camera's definitely not the best, but I'll just get a little closer to what it's going to look like. I haven't glued down those snowflakes yet, but they will be really cute on there. So cute little cluster. And then here is the other page. Once I get those little snowflakes down, this will be super cute. And it's pretty much just ready for my pictures. And again, I can either open this up and get the pictures underneath, or I can do like Susan did and just kind of tuck them in there. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you all will join me again next time. See you all later, and happy crafting.